So today I'm going to give a little demonstration, but before I begin, I'm going to share with you the materials that I have with me to do some beadwork on the quill of the bottom part of the eagle feather, which is this part here. And as you can see, this is an adult eagle feather, and it's kind of bent this way, so I'll hold it this way. Here's the plume that I talked about. And as you can see, this was a really big eagle because it's a really big feather. So I have with me Thread Magic, which is the thread, the wax that I use to put on the thing, on the thread. I have different types of beads with me. I have what we call seed beads, which are the round beads. They're size 11s. And I brought some Delica beads with me today as well, just to show you the different sizes they are in the beads, right? Some glue, some beading needles. John James is the name on here, and they're size 10, and some floral tape. And I'll show you what I do with the floral tape. And the glue, I usually take a little bit of glue and I put the glue around the tip of the feather. Then I'll take my floral tape and I wrap it around the quill. It doesn't want to stay on there for me. There we go. And what this does is that when you're beading around, because there's many types of stitches that you can do. And today's stitch that I'm going to show you is called the herringbone stitch. And it has two types of styles of beading in it, which is the brick stitch as well as the herringbone. So I'm going to wrap this feather probably like 4 times with this and just keep going back and forth, like so. And then once you're done, you can just pull it off and then you just put a little dab of glue so it doesn't come unraveled. And so that's how you prepare the stem. Some people use leather, some people use sinew. With this one here, I use sinew to wrap it because I ran out of floral tape. And ribbon, some people will put ribbons on it. So I have here with me some pictures that I'm going to show you right quick, which is going to show you the herringbone stitch. So this is a basic stitch, basic herringbone stitch. I went on Pinterest and I put it in top, and it gave me the best, clearest instructions that I could get. This is your first step, which is your foundation row, which I'll show you how to do. This is your second row, which is the beginning of the herringbone stitch. And then it just goes on and on. And this here bottom part, the fourth step, will show you how the herringbone stitch is supposed to look. I'm going to pick up 4 beads. I use this yellow so it's nice and bright and you can see it. I'll pull it down till I create a tail. Drape them over my finger and hold it just like this. Go up through 2 beads, and what I'm doing is I'm beginning the ladder stitch, aka the brick stitch. So I have that together, drape that over so it's not in my way, go through the second set of beads, there. And what I did was I went through it a second time, and that secures it, secures your work. I pick up 2 more beads, and I'm going through the top part of the beads, and I'll come down. Oops, it got caught on a screw. Go back down this way, secure it. It's secured, so I'm picking up 2 yellow, and I'm going to go through the top part of my work off the 2 beads that I got on there. I pull my thread through until it sets. Oh, it doesn't want to set. There. It sets side by side. There we go. And I'm going to go up through the bottom, back up through to the top. keeps curling up because I pulled it too tight. Oops. And sometimes your tail of your work can kind of get in your way, so you just have to be careful with it. So I'll pick up 2 more, and I'll go through the bottom half. And there's plenty of videos out there on YouTube that'll show you how to do the ladder stitch if you're not familiar with it. It's either the ladder stitch or the brick stitch. Either one will work. So 1 set, 2, 3, 4. I'll go through the top part, come down, see, and I'll show you just like that. You can kind of pull it, and pulling it gives it a little, it toughens it up, makes it stronger. So I'm going to pick up 2 beads. I'll move this out of the way. And what I'm doing is I'm going to show you. I'm going to go down through here like so. Now my thread is sitting on the top part. Where your tail is considered the bottom half, and where this part is the top half. So that's why I keep saying bottom and top. So what I'm going to do, I'm on the top, I'm going to go down. I'm going to go through those 2 beads if I can get there. Here we go. I'm trying to do it so I can show you guys. And that's what the ladder stitch will look like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 sets on there. I'm going to put a couple more sets just to make it 8. I'm going to go through the top half like so. Just like that. See? And then I'll go through there from the bottom, bead, come out on the top. Oops. That's okay if it does that. You can just kind of gradually pull it and it'll go set right in place. See? So that's 7. I'm going to make 1 more. Do 8. Maybe I will, there you go, straighten that out so you guys can see. And that's how you do a ladder stitch, aka the brick stitch, the foundation row for a brick stitch. So I'm going to pick up 2 white, just like this, and what I'm doing is just only going to go through the 1 bead. Just like that. So when I pull it all the way through, my bead's set just like that. So I go over to the next one and go through the 1 bead from the bottom, come through, pull it all the way up, just like that. Since I'm doing good with the white, I'll pick up the white, go through the next, go through the bottom of that yellow bead, just like so. Pick up 2 more white, and I'll go through there. So now what you do to step up to go to the next row is you're going to come up through the bottom of the white bead, pull it through, and it's okay if it leaves the thread on the side of the your yellow bead. That's okay. Pick up 2 white and repeat. So I'm going to go through that white bead, just the white bead, go to the second row over, go through the bottom, I'll pick up this funky orange. And all you're doing is setting the beads on top of each other, just like this. Okay. And I'll go up through the bottom of that white bead. Let's see here. Doesn't want to catch. I'll come up through the bottom of that last bead, hold it like this so it will cooperate there, and then you're ready to begin your next row. Now we're going to move on. I move my beads aside. So that's the basic herringbone stitch. Again, you can Google it on, or you can go on YouTube and find it. Type in herringbone stitch. So I went ahead and I had already done one up. And they call this a boot or whatever for an eagle feather. So I did the herringbone stitch. I put glue on the front part of the feather, and I took my beadwork and I placed it over there, and I was sewing up the back side of the feather to secure it so that it doesn't come apart. And then once I get up there, the tail that I was telling you guys about is right here, right at the very end. So once I get to the very top, I can tie it off and clip it, and there's enough down here later on if you want to come and add fringes to it like I've done with this one here. You can go back down your work and do fringes. And I just briefly wanted to show you one that's already completed that I started. And this one here is done with the Delica beads. It's the herringbone stitch. I don't know if you can really see the herringbone stitch in it, and it was the same steps that I showed you. You do your foundation row, and then you just start doing the herringbone stitch. And this is the back side of your feather, and right here is where I zipped it up. Right along here is where it got zipped up. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.